My name is Katia Pomarandino, and I am the instructor for the Korean College Readiness Center for Immigrants in Great Falls, and member of the ESL leadership team for the adult education in the state of Montana. The purpose of this presentation is to inform and share the framework and best practices of the ESL program in Great Falls. In Great Falls, we work as a team, so I invited Tammy Hickey, our coordinator, and Veronica Griffin, that's also partnered with me when working with the pathway to employment. Let's start with Tammy Hickey, who will introduce the CCRC, which CCRCI is a branch of.
Welcome. My name is Tammy Hickey, and together with Mr. Drew Euchre, we oversee the Career and College Readiness Center. This program operates under the Great Falls Public School System and is located at Great Falls College, MSU. We provide individuals with options to change their future and connect education to their goals as they embark on their path to high school equivalency diploma, path to higher education, path to citizenship, and path to employment. The CCRCI is a branch of our program that provides multiple options for our immigrant population to reach their goals.
The Korean College Readiness Center for Immigrants is a program designed to serve all types of immigrant visas, permanent residents, and naturalized citizens.
Hello, my name is Veronica Griffith, and I'm the Community Resource Liaison who supports all career and college readiness students in their workforce goals. Working with Ms. Katja and the CCRCI students, my primary role is to provide them with a connection to community resources such as childcare, community service organizations, volunteer opportunities, job assistance, resume building, interview skills, job placement, and so much more. We work closely with our community partners and students as they work toward their pathway goals.
Research shows that there are 4 fundamental areas of developing an ESL program: program planning, curriculum development, students recruitment, and program evaluation. And the CCRCI has its foundation based on these 4 fundamental areas. The CCRCI has evolved since 2004 with different administrations and the same instructor, Katia Pomarandino. First as an English as a second language, then English for speakers of other languages, adult education for immigrants, and recently Career and College Readiness Center. The transformations had only the purpose to meet the legislation and needs of students. In order to start planning, we need to answer the question, who is the target market? We need to know our community and students' background. Where are the immigrants in our area, business, agencies, etc.? Where do they come from? What language do the ESL speak? Is there a dominant language? What are the ESL immigration status? What are English language learners' proficiency levels? What professional development is needed for our staff to support ESLs? Now it's time to promote your program and recruit students. In order to achieve these goals, creating a brochure, business cards, a website advertising your school in the languages of a few of the most popular groups of immigrants in your area. Then make contact with organizations which serve our community, such as churches, social clubs, K-12, business partners, communication systems, and associations. The Great Falls Public Schools has a committee, ELL committee, and Ms. Katia Pomarandino is part of this committee since this beginning. It helps a lot to make the parents of the K-12 that are her students to understand the educational system in the district. This is the CCRCI brochure for 21-22 school year. And here you find all the information needed for the student next step, contacts, goals, schedule, phone numbers, and is distributed all over the community, agencies, churches, schools, K-12 schools, employers, and posted on websites. Now that you know your community, your prospective students, and the students know the next step, it's time to register those students. And because of the pandemic, the CCRCI created a very easy way of registration. The students go to the website, they can use their phone or their computers or their tablets, and they have a QR code also, or download a file of the intake. And it's all done also with the support of the instructor, Miss Katia Arpombarandino, during the process of orientation. So it's easy, it's simple, and has been working very well. But we cannot forget to create a welcoming environment. And don't forget the families. How do we do that? We have to build a community, offer a variety of extracurricular activities, birthday parties, holidays events, summer camps, field trips, interviews, and most of them are performed online because of the pandemic, as I said. So after the orientation, the instructor know exactly what will be the next step for that student. And they know also that the students have their personal schedule. They have kids, they have family, and flexibility is important. So here now we have the typical week and schedule for a student, a ESL student. So this is 2001-2022, and we have their different classes: the literacy, civics, and technology for immigrants, the workforce training for immigrants, the math and technology for immigrants, digital literacy for immigrants, naturalization preparation for immigrants, the preparation for CNAs, certified nursing assistant, that now is done in a different way, the connections for immigrants, and also to support the projects and all activities prepared for the classes. We have platforms like the Burlington English, Essential Education, Study.com, and the CCRCI websites, that there is one page dedicated to the students for their development. Now that you have your students in class, how to keep these students coming back? So the CCRCI believes that the effective ESL teaching methods are responsible for that. So ESL Classroom combines all 4 teaching methods for all-rounded content-based learning experience. When developing the curriculum, it is crucial to recognize these various methods and ensure that they are effectively integrated into instruction. The first one, cooperative learning activities. Students work in small groups, sharing experience while making connections between content and language. For example, the project-based learning that we use in our classes. The whole language activities. Students use all aspects of language within one activity: speaking, listening, writing, and reading. The language experience approach. Students use language experience inside and outside the classroom when we have community connections, for example. Interdisciplinary learning. Students combine various studies branches for language practice, developing critical thinking skills in different academic contexts. There are other aspects we need to remember so the students feel comfortable in your classrooms. They learn best when they are involved in identifying what works best for them. For example, how they are integrated into the class and what types of support are provided. They are made aware of available resources and given the choice of material. For example, a range of books to choose from. They are given realistic expectations. They are acknowledged for their continued growth by teachers and peers. They are in an environment where risk-taking is valued and where incremental growth is valued as highly as the attainment of goals. They experience a sense of self-confidence within their new peer group and compete with day-to-day communication. They have opportunities to interact both with English-speaking peers and those with a shared first language. They understand the new culture clearly and show respect for its values while maintaining and valuing their own culture. They are both learners and teachers, individuals and group members. Now I would like to talk a little bit about success experiences at CCRCI program. The contextualization for career pathway, the CCRCI Connections, a special class, naturalization preparation, students empowerment, technology and digital literacy, project-based learning, and the CCRCI students website. Contextualization, creating career infused. All experiences and knowledge acquired are integrated and related to the workplace with the intent of success. Here is one example of success with the contextualization approach. Valerio Gama, an employee of Terracom and a student of CCRCI, obtained his certification of qualification with transportation technician and concrete building technician. The Korean College Readiness Center for Immigrants Connections class is a place where foreign students are guests to share their successes and experience with current students. Those classes not only help to build self-esteem on students who are trying to adjust themselves and their families into a new country environment, but also to identify possibilities available in our community and build students' understanding of the working world. Work was not to be a citizen. So I'm bringing different students with different goals so they can see that everything is possible. We just have to work hard, and you did work it hard. She's like she said, she's a ballerina, and she's now a teacher here in Great Falls. And she works, you can advertise the place you work, so they can sometimes go there and dance with their husband, ball dance, if it's the case. So I give your address, so if they want, she works in a place that I met. I had another student working there for a while, Alice. I will try to bring her here. She lives in Connecticut now. She worked with Zumba in the same place, and at Miss Linda. Are you still at Miss Linda?
Yeah, I still working on.
Naturalization classes at CCRCI in Great Falls are classes to prepare students who met the requirements to become American citizens. It not only helps with the civic questions, which includes history and government knowledge of the United States, but also the vocabulary preparation for the Form N400, simulation of interview, and individual support, which includes letters of support to the immigration and volunteering translating documents from the original language. Student empowerment is where students gain the authority and agency to make decisions on their own and implement their changes in school. Student empowerment generally includes learning, teaching, and leadership in the classroom. Empowerment happens through students' authorization and action upon gaining a sense of power. Teacher and student collaboration. By getting students to collaborate with you, they are starting to work on their own, but also getting the concept reinforced. Teacher asks for the students' involvement and feedback. Students throw out the ideas while the teacher links them together. Setting a forum. For students to provide constructive and timely feedback, criticism, or praise through medium like a group, Google Doc, blog, etc., helps you improve your teaching. It also helps students emphasize that learning is about partnership and working together. Give students decision-making power in an era of curriculum. Giving students the power to choose creates a sense of ownership over the learning. Example, choose a book. Teacher learning from students. Don't be scared to let your students teach you a thing or two about technology, for example. Technology is a very powerful tool used by CCRCI during the whole process. It improves collaboration, incorporates different learning styles, connects you with your students, helps prepare students for the digital future, and helps students learn at their own pace. There are a variety of activities that are used in classes. Collaborative digital presentations, engaging students with digital video production, free or low-cost technology tools, additional resources on the web, games, etc. Project-based learning is a teaching method in which students gain knowledge and skills by working for an extended period of time to investigate and respond to an authentic, engaging, and complex question, problem, or challenge. And here are some examples of project-based learning at CCRCI classes. Across the US, what am I good at? Volunteerism project, MCIS projects, recipe projects, holiday projects, biography projects, and book projects. There are several different aspects that are essential to any kind of project being successful and effective. But one of the most important elements of a thriving workplace is team bonding. Teamwork ensures that resources are well managed and less time is needed to complete a project. Good teamwork can contribute to economizing more successful project outcomes. It also adds to the quality and individuality of projects. I would like to thank all members of the CCRC team, our administrator, Mr. Drew Yuka, our coordinator, Tammy Hickey, the Montana Adult Education Director, Ms. Katie Madison, and my ESL leadership group in Montana for all the encouragement and support.